Hey everybody, welcome back to Everything Ham Radio. Today we're going to be talking about Field Day 2020, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Everything Ham Radio. My name is Curtis, my call sign is Kilo 5 Charlie Lima Mike. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about Field Day 2020. Now, Field Day this year is going to be a lot different than it has in years past. Previously, the whole thing about Field Day is getting out somewhere where you don't normally set up and you don't have commercial power and you want to be able to make contacts, set up a station that works, and get out there and talk to people, right? I mean, that's the whole concept really behind Field Day. This year, because of the coronavirus, it's a lot different. Going from this to you can't gather. You can't get more than a few people together at the same time. You can't you can't get together. So, meetings are canceled. Field Day is pretty well all but canceled, as it normally is. So what are you going to do? Well, you have to get creative. And by creative, I mean you have to figure out some way that you don't normally do Field Day and try something new. Now, there is a couple changes that have been made this year that you haven't been able to do in previous years. So, let's talk about those. First off, we have the Class D stations. Now, the Class D stations are home stations, those that are on commercial power, those that are on regularly installed antenna systems. And in years past, the rules have been that they cannot contact other home stations for points. Well, this year, that's all changed. This year, you're going to be able to use a home station and contact other home stations and get points for them. So, even though you can't go out and you can't gather in groups like you typically do on Field Day, you'll still be able to operate. You'll still be able to get points for every contact that you make, and basically you'll still have fun. Now, the other rule that has been changed for this year is dealing with club stations. Now, the club stations, you typically have a group of people that get together. They have fellowship, they have meals, they work together, and everybody's huddled up in this 1,000-foot radius, and you operate. Typically you have two people per station. You have an operator that's on the radio, and you have a logger. This year you can't do that because of the whole coronavirus thing. So, what the ARRL has done is they've allowed you to be able to operate from another station, and when you fill out your paperwork, you can put the name of your club on your paperwork, and anybody that turns in paperwork with that club name will be mushed together, and the club will have the total points. So, let's say that I'm operating from my home station and I get 100 contacts. And let's say that somebody else in my club operates at the same time or sometime during Field Day, and they get 100 contacts. Both of us put our club name as part of our paperwork, and then whenever the Field Day results are released, it'll have my call sign with 100 contacts. It'll have their call sign with 100 contacts. But it'll also list our club name mushed together with 200 contacts. So, results are going to be a lot more than usual. There's going to be probably a lot more home stations. There's probably going to be a lot more single individuals that do it. I foresee people not operating the entire 24 hours. Somebody might jump on for a couple hours at first, and a couple hours during the evening, and then maybe a couple hours on Sunday or something like that. That's really what I foresee. So, the numbers might not be as big as they have been in years past, but because of being able to merge all your contacts together, you're going to be able to have a good number for your club contact total. Now, this does, of course, favor those that have bigger clubs, because you're going to have, if you have 50 members and 45 of them work for an hour and get 50 contacts each, you're going to have a lot of contacts. And let's say you have another club like ours that have 10 to 15 members and maybe only 3 of them work field day, they may only have 300 contacts. So, there's going to be a lot of give and take. There's going to be a lot of maybe skewed numbers from in the past, but I still think it's really neat that the ARRL allowed this to happen. So let's talk about some of the things maybe that you can do for field day. Let's say you've never tried FT8. Get on there. Build you an FT8 station before field day starts and try it out. Try out FT8. It's not that hard to set up. You just need a few little pieces of equipment and a computer, and away you go. Try mobile. Try operating mobile. Get a radio in your car and drive around. I noticed one thing in, I think it's Florida, where I want to say it was like the section managers team or something like that would drive around Florida and operate mobile. And so you could get different grid squares, or different sections, I guess you could say. Of course, you're probably not going to have much problem getting that, but try operating mobile. That would be a good thing for grid chasers. Try operating mobile. Again, it's not that hard. You just have to have a HF radio that will work in your car. No real biggie. Maybe work satellite. Building a Yagi antenna where you can contact stations through one of the satellites. Try that. Get out and try something new. Maybe you always work on a generator and you always work on a certain antenna, and you have a group of people and you work for an hour and that's all that you do. Push the envelope a little bit. Get a solar power array. Get some batteries and work on battery power. Do the Bravo class and work battery power. You can't have like a trickle charger plugged into the house power, but you stick a solar panel to it and keep the battery charged that way. Work off of like a KX3 or something like that and do CW. Not only do you get the battery power bonus, but you get solar power bonus, and then you get an extra, you get 2 contacts instead of 1 for every contact that you make because you did it on CW. So, there's a lot of things out there that you can try different that maybe you don't normally try. Maybe you invite 1 or 2 people over. Maybe some of your close friends or something like that. Your ham buddies that you always hang around with or something. Invite them over to your house. Practice social distancing, of course. Keep that 6 foot apart if you want to. But maybe make this year a little bit more intimate. A little bit more non-group function-ish, if you will. But basically what I'm saying, don't let the coronavirus and the whole restrictions thing and not being able to get in groups of more than 10 people and all that, don't let that slow you down. Because the ARRL field day in June, of course it's the fourth full weekend in June every year. It is I think it's the biggest contest, really. I think, it's done from everywhere in the world. If you are in a foreign nation or something like that, and you operate it, you ain't gonna get points, but it's still exciting. When else do you have that many people on the air at that time? Sometimes it's hard to find a frequency. There's been times where I was working field day and would scroll through the dial, and every 10, 15 megahertz or something like that, I would hear somebody calling CQ. Especially on Saturday, when it first starts out. Everybody's trying to get on there and trying to get a frequency and trying to make contacts, and everything. And then Sunday it slows down. But it's fun. It's fun. And so get out there and do it. And try something new. Try something different. Try something that you've never done before. Invite a couple of close friends. As long as you keep under that 10 people thing, you're good. It's going to be harder to get a elected official there, unless you know somebody specific and they can come to your house or whatever. You're not going to get that bonus. But you can still get the press release. We're having field day. You can't come and see me, but we're having field day, so you can still do the press release. You can still put it out on social media. You can still, do a lot of things. You can still have a lot of the bonuses that you had before, but just not as large scale. So, I foresee this field day being different, yes. I foresee it, maybe a lot of people trying new things. I foresee it still being fun. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyways, let me know what y'all are doing this year for field day. Are you going to be doing a home station, a Class David station? Not David, Delta. David is my work phonetic. Are you doing a Delta station? Are you going to do a Bravo station and work on battery? Are you going to invite some friends over? What are your plans for field day this year? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what class you're going to be operating in. Let me know what call sign you're going to be using. Maybe I can get on the air. I'm hoping that my microphone, I'll be able to get my microphone in and be able to get on the air this year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, leave a comment below. Let me know. Like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon as well so you get notifications on when I do publish a new video. And I guess that's it. So, until next time, y'all. 73.